Hi friends and family, it's almost fall time here on the farm, so I'm going to go on through our garden and clean up what is finished to make room for some fall seedlings and also to mulch over for the winter time. So if you've been following me on TikTok, you'll know that some deer came through our garden and decided to eat a whole entire veggie patch and all of our baby trees down to the twig. It's really funny because you can see right here, we have a whole forest for the deer to eat trees and leaves, but they decide to come in our garden and eat our plants. I have netted up some of our fruit trees, but you can see the damage here. This was a full nectarine tree. It was full of branches and leaves all the way from the bottom to the top, and they just nibbled everything down. It doesn't look dead. I can see some new growth starting to come up, but the plant is in shock, so hopefully it comes back. So I'm heading on over to this patch of the garden here. It's pretty much finished. I'm gonna leave the pepper plants and then I'm gonna pluck out the rest of the plants that are finished in here. There's something just so satisfying about having the garden cleaned up. A garden will never be perfect. There's always going to be plants that just get worn out and spent, especially in the vegetable garden. So as you can see here, my garden, it looks tired and old. These are all plants that I started in the springtime and have continually produced throughout the whole summer. And now they're finished. It's fall time here. And I'm probably going to rake up this garden bed and direct sow some fall plants, or I'm just going to mulch it over for the winter time and allow the bed to rest. I'm just laying the chickens in the garden so that they can eat all the old leftover scraps and kind of scratch around in there. So we got a game plan going on to keep the deer and also the chickens out of the vegetable garden and fruit trees when they are in full swing. Let me show you what we've kind of started as a temporary solution. We've kind of staked in some wooden stakes and then stapled in some wildlife netting. And in this bed here, I have done a test where I am direct seeding, seeing if our soil is good enough for that. You can see here our lettuces are growing, which is awesome. And this net has been doing a great job keeping the chickens out of areas that I want to protect. If I have a problem with deer chomping on it, I can just cut my net to size and throw it over, and it keeps them out. I'm just taking all of our garden scraps and putting it in our compost bin. It's going to get very full by the end of the season. And I got a second one right here to start, just in case this reaches fullness. The nice thing about the compost bin is you fill it up and then it decomposes after a couple weeks and settles downwards. So it's like I can never get it quite full, which I don't mind that. I'm gonna go on ahead and plant some flower bushes and some bulbs that Andrew and I bought yesterday for our wedding anniversary. Let me show you what we got. We picked up 2 gardenia plants, which is a perennial in this area. I'm very excited about it. And if you've ever seen a gardenia plant, you'll know that it makes these beautiful, thick, waxy flowers that are extremely fragrant. And we're gonna put them in our front door. We're also going to put some bulbs around it just so that we get kind of like a layering effect of flowers. We got some really ugly barberry bushes right there. There's some over there too. I'm gonna cut them out, pull them, and we're gonna put the gardenias right there. So every time when we come home in the summertime, it's gonna smell really good. Now, a lot of new time gardeners make the mistake where they put only plants that bloom in the springtime, so you get a huge pop of color in the spring, and then summer and fall you end up with just greenery. So I recommend when you grow plants or flowers that you get things that bloom in spring, some that bloom in summer, some that bloom in fall. That way you get like a nice layering effect here. So the tulips are gonna bloom in the springtime, and then we have gardenias that are gonna bloom throughout the whole entire summer. And then I also have some columbine planted in there that are gonna continuously bloom as well. The girls just like to hang out with me wherever I'm doing in the garden. So we got the gardenia planted right over there. And then these are columbine plants. And in between them I stuck the bulbs so I'll get that nice layered effect of blooms coming at different times of the year. Now I'm gonna go work on the other side. All right, some beauty has been added to the front porch. And I can't wait for these to bloom next year, and we'll get some beautiful color and smells. Thank you guys for joining me here on the farm. I can't wait to make this farm just look beautiful and to have more animals here and have a bigger garden. Right now, everything is just in the rough draft. So stay tuned with me, and we're just gonna keep on adding more and more to this farm as time passes by. Hi, chickens. You like to hide underneath this tree here. By the way, they're 5 months old, so they'll be laying eggs any day now. I'm walking around our property looking for eggs, but haven't come across any yet. What's up?